Supriya Kumar Paul Sinha is a British professional quizzer and comedian. Born May 28, 1970, age 55 years, Luton, United Kingdom. He attributes the name Paul to a misunderstanding with nursing staff in the newsletter announcing his birth, and says that this name stuck. He has written and performed extensively on BBC Radio 4 and is one of the 6 chasers on the ITV game show The Chase. It began like any other cheeky off-the-cuff remark, a moment of unscripted banter during a public appearance. But what Paul Sinha said next sent a shockwave through living rooms across the UK and left even the most loyal fans of The Chase wide-eyed with disbelief. Yes, that Paul Sinha, the Sinner Man, beloved chaser, respected quiz genius, a man known for his razor-sharp wit and unflinching honesty. But even by his standards, this remark took many by surprise. During a candid comedy set, Paul reportedly quipped, "Let's face it, the majority of Chase fans are unemployed. That's why they're watching at 5 p.m. every day." Insert gasp sound effect. Brief pause. The laughter in the room was immediate, but outside those 4 walls, the internet lit up like a Christmas tree in July. Fans were stunned, critics were swift, and Paul, well, he didn't flinch. But what was really going on behind this brutal swipe? Was it a joke gone wrong, or a deeper truth about daytime TV and its loyal following? Let's rewind the tape just a little. Paul Sinha has always been known for his double life. One moment he's the icy quiz assassin in a dark suit, staring down contestants on ITV. The next, he's on stage at the Edinburgh Fringe, poking fun at pop culture, politics, and yes, even The Chase itself. Comedy is in his blood just as much as quizzing is in his brain. And in this particular show, Paul was doing what comics do best, pushing boundaries. He spoke about the nature of fame, the absurdity of TV production, and yes, the stereotypes of the typical 5 p.m. viewer. But here's the real twist. Was Paul actually insulting his audience or defending them? According to audience members at the show, Paul followed up his comment with a powerful admission, one that didn't make headlines, one that deserves to be heard. "The truth is," he said, some of the most intelligent, caring people I've met are the ones who watch The Chase every day. They may be retired, in between jobs, or simply love a good quiz. That doesn't make them any less worthy. It makes me my people." And with that, a picture begins to form, not of a man attacking his fans, but one unafraid to challenge their expectations. But the drama was far from over, because as word of his remarks spread through social media and headlines, the producers of The Chase were quietly taking notice. As Paul Sinha's controversial comment echoed across social media, something curious happened back at ITV headquarters. No public statement, no formal reprimand, just silence. But behind that silence, a brewing storm. Producers of The Chase are no strangers to managing flare-ups, especially when their chasers step into the limelight beyond the studio. Bradley Walsh himself has caused headlines with cheeky remarks. Anne Hegarty once went viral for her blunt honesty. But this was different. Because Paul's jab, lighthearted or not, targeted the bloodline of the show. The fans, the loyal viewers tuning in each evening, many of them pensioners, quiz enthusiasts, or folks winding down after work. According to an insider close to the production, there were whispers in the gallery about Paul's future, not because ITV doubted his talent, but because they feared how the press would spin it. And the press did spin it. "Paul Sinha insults viewers," one headline read. "The Sinner Man's career in jeopardy?" asked another. But what ITV didn't expect was what happened next.
The very audience Paul had jokingly called unemployed began defending him. On Facebook groups, X threads, and in radio phone-ins, the message was clear. We know Paul, we know his humor, and we're not offended. One pensioner, 72-year-old Marion from Kent, called into BBC Radio and said Paul's comment made me laugh out loud. I'm retired, not unemployed, but I'd rather be called jobless by Paul than bored by anyone else. The tide was turning, and as fan support grew louder, ITV made a quiet decision to stand by their man. No public apology, no forced apology, just continued trust in the very chaser who had walked this tightrope of comedy and controversy. But Paul Sinha, he wasn't quite finished yet, because just days after the uproar, Paul would take to his personal blog and publish a post that turned the narrative on its head. And what he wrote would leave readers in tears. Narrator, gentle, thoughtful tone. When controversy brews, most public figures retreat, but Paul Sinha, true to form, did the opposite. Instead of issuing a carefully manicured statement through ITV or hiding behind a PR team, he turned to his own words on his own platform, his blog. Late that Friday night, as headlines still sizzled online and daytime chat shows debated his remark, Paul quietly published a post titled, "The Job I Never Applied For." It was raw, unexpected, honest. In it, Paul didn't apologize. Instead, he explained. He began by acknowledging that his unemployed comment was a poorly timed joke, something he tossed out on an off-the-cuff moment at a comedy club gig. He made a quip, not scripted, not planned, and definitely not intended to sting, but sting it did. But what followed left readers stunned and deeply moved. Paul opened up about the brutal reality of his own health. He shared that since his diagnosis with Parkinson's disease in 2019, his relationship with time and work had changed dramatically. Every day, I work twice as hard to deliver half the speed. My motor skills slowed down, but my expectations of myself remain stubbornly fast. It's exhausting, humbling, and sometimes it leaves me feeling jobless, even when I'm in the studio. Entrancism enables me to walk tall and work boldly by ignoring everything my brain is telling me. He never lost a single day over this remark, and I'm damn proud of him for that. But somehow I knew that change was coming. He wasn't mocking the unemployed. He was describing himself. In a powerful paragraph, he admitted something most never knew. I watch reruns of The Chase too, on days when I can't get out of bed, on days when my hands don't work, and I know who's watching along with me. The retired, the lonely, the overlooked. People like me. So if I'm guilty of anything, it's being one of you. Fans were floored. The same social media that roasted him a week before now overflowed with messages of love, understanding, and admiration. One grandmother from Liverpool commented, "I cried reading this. I've never felt closer to a celebrity in my life." And one man, Dave from Yorkshire, wrote, "I lost my job last year and felt useless. Paul's words reminded me that dignity isn't tied to a paycheck. Thank you, Paul." Paul's blog post didn't just soften the controversy, it redefined it. And quietly, behind the scenes, ITV producers read it too. What they did next was unprecedented.